Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. Today we are going to do a Pilgrim Boy diamond. And I'm going to use the brown that we used last week. And then this is a new blue. This is called Sea Blue from I Love This Yarn. And I just thought it was interesting color. So I'm using that as a background color. All right, so we are going to chain 2, and then in the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet and 2 doubles. Put 2 doubles in there. And that is called a falling leaf stitch. And that is row 1 because there's only one square. One falling leaf stitch is one square. Okay, so that one square is in row 1. Row 2, chain 2 and turn. Alright, so again in the second chain from the hook, and you will start every row this way. You'll chain 2 and then start your row in the second chain from the hook in every row. We're going to do our falling leaf stitch, then we're going to skip the next 2 stitches and in the third stitch over, which is a single crochet. You will always put your stitches in the single crochets. Okay, we're going to put the falling leaf stitch in that last stitch. And in row 2, you should have 2 squares. Row 3, you will have 3 squares. Row 4, you'll have 4 squares, so and so forth. It'll just keep multiplying like that. So there's your 2 squares. All right, so row 3, chain 2 and turn, and in the second chain from the hook, we're going to do that falling leaf stitch again. All right, but the last double crochet we're not going to finish. We're going to go through 2, and we're going to bring in our blue and finish it with that, so that we're ready for that to be our next square. So again, you're going to skip the 2 doubles and end the single, which is right in the middle, right here. You can see that right there. You're going to put a blue falling leaf stitch in. All right, but we're not going to finish that blue because in the third square, we're going to make it brown. So we're putting that in the last stitch. And of course, you should have 3 squares, but the middle square is blue. Okay, and every first square and every last square will be brown from here on out. It'll always be that way. But the middle squares will be blue. All right, so what you're going to do is from 4 to 8, you're going to keep doing this, putting the blue in the middle of the 2 browns. Okay, except for row 4, you're going to have 2 blues between the 2 browns. In row 5, you'll have 3, and row 6, you'll have 4. And you just keep going until you have 6 blues between the between the 2 browns. And then we will be back for row 9. Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. Okay. All right, so this is where we left off on this Pilgrim Boy diamond. Okay, we are at 8, row 8. Okay, and which has 6 blue in between the 2 browns. All right, row 9, chain 2 and turn. We're going to start out with the brown, with 1 brown, like we normally do. And then we need 5 blue. So there's 2. 3, 4, and 5. And then we need 1 brown, 1 blue, and 1 brown to finish off the row. So brown, blue, brown. And that's what row 9 looks like. And let's mark that row off. Row 10 is next. We're going to chain 2 and turn and start out with the brown like we normally do. So we need 1 brown, 1 blue, and 2 brown. Alright, so there's 1 and 2. And then we'll finish off this row by putting 5 blue and 1 brown at the end. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, finish off with the brown. Row 10 with 10 squares. You should have 10 squares, and there is that. Alright, so we're going to chain 2 and turn for row 11, and starting out with the 1 brown and 5 blue. Yep, it is nap time. She still wants to play. She just helped me roll up a big ball of yarn and was having a ball with that. I had all these little balls of yarn on the floor and rolling them up into a big ball. And oh my gosh, she was having a ball. So 3, 4, and 5. And now we need 3 brown, 1 blue, and 1 brown at the end. So there's 1, 2. Yep, Helena, it's time for a nap. She's in her favorite place. Oh yeah, you guys can see her. Alright, so now I need 1 blue and 1 brown, but I gotta bring this brown with me so I can do that. Nope, that way. How did I do that? Alright. Alright, so there is 11, row 11, and this is what it looks like so far. And we need to mark off 10 and 11. And now we need to go to row 12. So we're starting out with the 1 brown and 1 blue and 4 brown. So far this is easy peasy. These squares are a whole lot easier if you're not adding a lot of colors to it. But the ones with a lot of colors in it came out beautifully. And sometimes it's worth it to get a beautiful piece. Alright. Now I need 4 brown. So I've got the 1 brown, 1 blue, and 4 brown. Alright, and then we go to our blue, and we need 5 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 2. 3, 4, and 5. All right, and there you go. So that is row 12. Let's go ahead. We'll just do 13 and then we'll mark them off. So let's chain 2 and turn and do row 13 next. And we are starting out with 1 brown and 6 blue. So here is 1 blue. 2. To make sure. 3. 4. 5. And 6. And then I need 4 brown, 1 blue, and 1 brown to finish off the row. Let's come forward. All right, so that is 12 and 13. That was 13. That's finished. We'll mark off 12 and 13. And we're going to chain 2 and turn. We need 1 brown, one blue and one brown. And then we're just going to bring in another color. We need white next. As soon as I find the end of it. There we go. All right. We need 3 white next. So I'm going to bring in this white. Of course, we still need to carry this blue and brown with us. So let's put 3 white next. So there's 1, 2, and 3. All right, we'll leave that behind because we're done with the white in this row. And now we need 7 blue and 1 brown to finish off the row. Except for there's something wrong with this stitch. The stitch was too loose for this brown. Hang on a minute. There we go. Yeah, there would have been a hole in the fabric right there. That was how loose that was. All right. Now let's put our white in. Go to our blue and put 7 blue in. Wow, we're going to leave that white behind and carry this brown with us because we need 7 blue and a brown at the end to finish off the row. So there's 1, or there's 2. Three, 4, this is not making sense. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not making sense. 12. What did we do? Did we? Oh my goodness, we skipped stitches back here. No wonder why that didn't look right. I'm videotaping, honey. So, yep, I skipped a couple stitches back here. Oh, goodness. Alright, so we tired our little kitten out, honey. You find out. Where's Helena? Alright, so, Vince, look. We tired her out.
She usually takes her rest break.
Alright. I skipped a whole... Oh my goodness. Alright, let's put our 3 white in now.
I sat out there, it's a little cool.
Helena says making giant balls of yarn is very tiring.
Especially when you play with them.
Alright, so we've got brown, blue, brown, 3 white. This looks better now. And now we're going to go with our blue. And hopefully we should have 7 blue next. And brown at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. Alright, so now we have 14 done. 15. We'll start out with our brown again, and then we need 7 blue after that. Alright, so there's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we need our white, and we need 3 white, so there's 1, 2, and 3, and then we need 2 brown, 1 blue, and a brown to finish off the row. So let's leave that white behind. Two brown, and then 1 blue and a brown. All right, and that's row 15. In row 15, you should have 15 squares. Let's mark off 14 and 15 then. And then we go to 16. So let's chain 2 and turn. Starting out with brown, then we need 1 blue and 2 brown next. And 3 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need 8 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's row 16 finished. All right, 17, chain 2 and turn. We're going to start out with 1 brown, 2 blue, and 2 brown. So there's 1, 2, 2 blue, 2 brown, and then 5 blue after that. So there's 1, 'Well, it looks like that we got a little bit of a problem with our skein of yarn here. Come on. Got a bit of a knot in here. There we go. Alright, so I need 5 blue here. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need to switch over to our white, and we need 2 white and 3 brown. and then one blue and one brown. So 3 brown, 1 blue, and the brown at the end will finish off this row. So there's 2 brown there. And 3. Well, better bring that brown with us. We'll need that at the end. All right, well, there we go. So that is row 17, and that's what it should look like. And we'll be back for row 18 in a moment. All right, so we are going to start out with 1 brown in row 18. And we need 1 brown, 1 blue, 1 brown.
Yeah, I'm going to go this way. If something comes up in the morning, you never know. I don't know, take a chance.
All right, brown, blue, brown. And then we need 3 white.
Oh, wait, I'll get you something. You probably are hungry now. Hold on. Give me a minute.
All right, so there's 1. Two, and 3. All right. All right, so we'll be back in a moment. All right, so we had brown, blue, brown, 3 white, and now we need a peach color, a lighter peach, for the skin color of our Pilgrim boy. I'll find the end of it. Where's my end at? There it is. All right. All right, so which means we can leave this white behind because we do not need this white. So we can kind of leave that behind. And we need 1 peach here. And then we need a blue. And then we need 3 peach. And a blue. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then a blue, and then we need 3 brown, 2 blue, and a brown to finish it off. Oh my goodness, we've got a knot. Alright, so we need 2 blue and a brown, finish off this row, and I will see you for row 19. Alright, so row 19, we're starting out with 1 brown. And then 3 blue and 3 brown. So there's 1, 2, and 3 blue. Hang on a second. I didn't do that right. Oh my goodness. We got a little bit of tangling going on here. Alright. Now we need 3 brown. Alright, and now we need the peach. So we need 6 peach next. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, don't tell me I have another knot. 4, 5. Oh, I thought I heard you down there. And 6. And then we need 2 white. Leave that peach behind. Bring the white up. So now we need 2 white, 2 brown, 1 blue, and 1 brown at the end. Is it bath time, Helena? Helena's taking her bath now. So 2 brown, 1 blue, 1 brown. And that will finish off this row. All right. So there is what it looks like now. That is row 19. And we will be back for row 20 in a second. All right, row 20. We're going to start out with our brown. And then we want 1 blue and 2 brown. And then back to the brown. We need 2 brown next. She's washing her face. I love to see a cat wash their face like that. It's so funny. All right. And then we need 2 white. And then we need 6 peach. Oh, but wait a minute. We are not going to need this white anymore. So there's no use in carrying that with us. Leave that there. Alright. Now, we're just going to carry the brown and the blue with us for 6 peach next. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Alright. And then we are done with that peach, but we're going to bring in a darker, this is called tangerine. It's a darker peach. We're just going to put 1 here. And then we'll be done with that. Then we need 3 brown, 3 blue, and a brown to finish off the row. So there's 1. 2. 3. And then 3 blue and a brown. Alright, so there's that. And what row 20 looks like, and you should have 20 squares in this row. We'll be back for row 21 in a moment. Alright, so we messed up. I messed up in row 20, and my colors did not print out right, because I thought that was a dark peach. We needed 6 peach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need a tan color, which is his hair color, is what I'm using the tan for. Alright. I should probably give up today. Alright. I'm having a rough day today on this crochet stuff. Alright, so yes, we need a tan. Then we need 3 brown, 3 blue, and a brown. 3 brown, 3 blue, and a brown at the end. And then that will finish off 20. And then we'll be back for row 21 in a second. Alright, so row 21. We're going to start with the brown again. And then we need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, and then we'll go back to the brown. We need 2 brown. And then we need a 1 tan. Alright, tan can stay behind. Bring up our peach. And we need 2 peach. So there's 1 and 2. I've already checked the picture, so we do need this dark peach next. And we need to put 2 of those in. So there's 1 and 2. And then we'll leave that behind and bring up our peach again. And we need 2 of those. Alright, done with the peach now. We need 2 white next. So there's 1 and 2. And we're going to finish off this row by putting 3 brown, 1 blue, and 1 brown at the end. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. One blue and one brown. Alright, and there is what row 21 looks like. Alright, so let's mark off that row. And then we'll be ready for row 22. Alright, so let's chain 2 and turn. And then we need to put 2 blue in and 2 brown. So we got 1 brown, 2 blue, and 2 brown. Then we need 2 white. So there's 1. And 2. Oh, alright, 2 white and 1 blue. And then we need 1 peach. And we better keep that peach. Then we need a dark peach. And then 4 peach after that. 4 regular peach after that. Alright, so this is 3 and 1 more. This tan right here, we are done with that tan, so we can pretty much cut that off. We're not going to need that tan, so we'll take that off. Alright, we're done with that peach. We need 3 brown, 4 blue, and a brown to finish off this row. So 3 brown, 4 blue, and 1 brown. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so there is row 22. We'll mark it off. And get ready for row 23. There we go. Let's chain 2 and turn. Alright, so we're going to start out row 23 with 1 brown and 5 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Alright, so we have 5 and now we need 3 brown. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and now we need 1 peach. and then one brown, all right, then we need two peach, one, and two, and then we need one dark peach, and then one regular peach. Okay, so we need one blue and one white, and then two brown, two brown, three blue, and a brown will finish off this row. All right, and that is row 23 and what it should look like. We'll mark it off. This is also the last of this white, and we can cut that off as we're done with that white. That was the last row of the white. All right, so let's chain two and turn for 24. We started out with the brown, and we need 4 blue next. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need 1 brown and 2 blue. There's 1 and 2. And now we need 3 peach. So there's 1, 2. We're going to bring up this one with us. That's that dark peach. We're going to need it next. So this is the 3rd peach. And then we can put 1 dark peach in. Alright, and then we can go back to the peach. We need 2 peach. So 1, and 2. And then we need 3 brown, 6 blue, and a brown. And that'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then, whoops. I need to bring that brown with me though. I forgot it. Alright, so now I need 6 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, and then we need to finish it off with brown. All right, and there he is. Row 24 finished. We'll mark that off. And we'll do row 25. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. So we want 1 brown, and then 7 blue is next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we need to bring our brown back and put 3 brown in. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need our 3 peach. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then I picked up on this third one, I picked up that dark peach right here. We need to put 1 dark peach in next. Well, we probably should. Yeah. Start that first. There we go. So, and then we'll go back to our peach and put 1 peach in next. All right, and then we'll go to our blue. And now we need to finish, we'll finish this row off by putting 8 blue and a brown at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So there's that. All right, so that dark peach we are done with now, and we can go ahead and cut that off. This is row 25, and you should have 25 squares. Okay, so we finished 25 rows, and when we come back tomorrow, we are going to we're going to start decreasing on both ends to make a corner, 2 corners, starting on row 26. So we'll be doing that next, and I will see you then. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.